This is a demonstration of single pass bending. Now this is a new sheet of material. I'm working from the center of the machine out. I'm using my back bending roll as a square. I'm pinching this into place. Now what I'll need to do, I'll have to use a setup piece of material because with this it's going to again be a 4-inch radius, 8-inch diameter part. I used multiple passes in my first demonstration. In order to repeat that same part, we have to repeat the same passes. So what I want to do is I want to find a setting with the digital readout where I can go straight to that setting and roll this part. Well, the only way that I can do this is to find in a single pass what height of the bending roll gives me this 4-inch radius with this material. So I'll drop my bending roll down. And again, we start off as a guesstimate. I'm going to feed this plate back through to the leading edge of the plate. Then I'll make my adjustment. Okay, so let's start at this different approach here. We're going to use a blank marker. Every time we make an adjustment, I'm going to mark the material so I can see exactly which adjustment I had that matches my template at the digital readout setting. So in this case, what I'll do, I have my material pinched. I'm going to move my bending roll up. I'm going to watch the deflection of the material underneath the pinch of the roll. Look at that, it looks fairly close. Now I'm at 1.77, so I'll make a mark here. Now I'll roll some material through. Alright, I'll mark it once again. Now we'll see if we can check our radius template. Now this particular part is fairly close, so I'll drop this bending roll down. And let's just roll this through to see how close we are. And that is way too tight. So what I'll do is, that's not a problem. Since I've marked my material, I know that 1.7 is too much adjustment, so I'll use less adjustment. Alright, so that was 1.7. Now I'm at 1.94. I'll mark my material. Alright. Let's drop my bending roll down, or if I can hold my template up, let's see here. So eyeball this a little closer. That doesn't look too bad. Now I can roll some more material through, hold my template up, I'm going to say that looks fairly close. So on my first pre-bend, my digital readout needs to be at 1.94. Alright, we'll roll this through. Let's just confirm that. That's a little tight. So what I can do is if I drop that off, let's say .98. So I'll write that down, 1.98. That looks much better. Now this is the setting that I'll use for my pre-bend. Right, I'm going to roll this next piece. I did find a setting of 1.98 on the bending roll will give me a 4-inch radius. I've adjusted my pinch pressure so I can just feed this onto the roll. I'll just bump the rotation slightly just to pick that up. I'm going to move my bending roll to 1.98. Back up just a hair, just to make sure I get over this leading edge, and then roll through. Now my tailstock's going to fall off, so I'll just roll this through. This is my unbent straight. So now by flipping this around, I can bend from this edge and close my cylinder up. So I'll just pick it up slightly. Move my B-roll up, my bending roll. Now I'll just work this until I close it up. Now at this point I can move the bending roll and just slightly contact the material and just push a little bit more. That will get me fairly close. Now I'm going to adjust the entire section and close this up. I want some overlap because once I take the bending pressure off of the roll, that will relax the radius. Just about overlap. I can feed this through. I don't want to overlap double ends. Okay, now I know that, let's look at this, I'm at 0.69 on the bending roll. If I take the bending roll pressure off, we'll see that that will open up. That would be fine. I could just pinch this together on a welding fixture. This is fairly light gauge material to produce the radius, or radius/diameter, or I can move a little bit more adjustment. And I'll just move the bending roll up just a bit more and feed this through. If I want, I can tighten that even more. Being careful not to overlap a double thickness. There we go. What I can do here is I can just put that together and we have our rolled part. Let's review the preset function for the VD4 digital readout for the FAMR initial pinch A31 series plate roll. We found that a value of 1.98 gave us our desired radius for our test part that we produced. Now I'd like to program this for preset stop. In order to do so, we use the function keys of the VD4. There's an F key, an up arrow, and a down arrow. We press the up arrow and we see out point 2. This is for the upward or upper limit stopping point of the bending rule. We press the up arrow again, this value blinks. Now we can scroll up or down with our keys, and we want to input a value of 1.98 and press the F key to confirm. Now I'm going to physically take the roll down. I need to check for bending resistance against the bending roll with this preset. Let's see where it stops. Now this stops just shy because the roll is under resistance. You see it stopped at 1.87. What we can do to adjust the roll inertia, or to compensate, we press the up arrow again. We see the out point 2 function. Press the up arrow again. This is blinking. I've found with this particular thickness and this width of material that a value of 2.09 compensates for the resistance of the material to stop at our desired value. I'll press the F to confirm. Now we'll test this again. We'll take the roll down, move the roll up, and here we see it stopped at 1.98, our desired bending position. Now we're ready to roll. This is an overview of the Carell FAMR A31 series light gauge initial pinch plate rolls.